Welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner, classic/non-classic. This is episode number 281 and Doubleshot number 212. Got two Wonder Woman trades, volumes 2 and 3. This one's called Guts. This one's called Iron. Now, combined, these two contain issues 7 through 18 and issue 0. Okay? First, I'm going to start with issue number 7. This one right here. Now, why am I reviewing this one instead of getting volume? Volume 1's on the way in. I just figured why not do this already. Now, the creative team for this book, which did not change for 35 issues, is Brian Azzarello and Cliff Chiang. Now, one thing I can praise this book for is the artwork. The artwork is gorgeous. Yes. Cliff Chiang does get a lot of praise. And especially since David Finch, the artist who took over for Cliff Chiang after him and Azzarello left the book after issue 35. He actually praises this artwork, which I praise it too. Azzarello is a good writer. I do enjoy a lot of his work. But I wouldn't say this book is terrible. There is a controversial thing I have to discuss when it comes to this book. Now, there's an issue in here which depicts the Amazons in a flashback where they show up on a ship in the nude. No explained reason how they got there. And Brian Azzarello depicts them as rapists and slavers. And then after they rape these men, they kill them and throw the bodies overboard. I'm not kidding. That's what happens in here. Yeah, basically, like, the whole point of this book is that, well, Zeus is gone, so they gotta figure out who's gonna take over for, Zeus. And let's see here. Yeah, the person who takes over for him is Apollo, the god of the sun. Takes over as ruler of Olympus. And also, for some reason, several of the Greek gods, for no explained reason, are depicted walking around in the nude for unexplained reason. Like Athena walks around in this book butt-ass naked. I am not kidding about this. She walks in this book butt naked. Luckily enough, they don't show her naughty bits. But I have to ask this question. Why are most of the Greek gods nude? What's wrong with them showing wearing togas? That's how they're normally depicted. Usually they're wearing togas. I mean, the only one here who actually is wearing clothes. Now, there's this character named Strife, who was sort of like, kind of supposed to be this book's version of Giganta because she goes giant size. I don't know if she's one of the Greek gods. I'm familiar with Apollo. Oh yeah, and for some reason, Apollo has purple skin. I'm not joking about this. Apollo has got purple skin. Last time I checked, normally when the Greek gods are depicted, they're usually depicted as being all white, not purple. Now, he's the only one who really is purple. Actually, he's one of the very few who is not depicted in their natural colors. Yeah. And basically, what's the whole point of this particular part of thing? Wonder Woman's playing bodyguard to a pregnant woman who does give birth at the end of this particular trade. And plus, the firstborn comes out of snow in Antarctica. And Orion's on his way to Earth. That's how the book ends. I mean, it's paced okay. The pacing is fine, but it's like, I've heard a few people, they didn't like this run simply because it's essentially the same story. That's what people have. I've heard a few people have a problem with this run. They think it's too violent, that Wonder Woman is depicted to be more Greek, and the fact that she's not made of clay, she is the daughter of Zeus. Okay. For those three things, I don't have a problem with the more violence in the book. It's not graphic, thank God for that. And as for her looking more Greek, that's perfectly fine. That's okay. I don't have a problem with that. And plus, one thing I do like about Jim Lee's attire, despite the fact I don't like the collar they give her in here. Oh, and also, Wonder Woman uses mystic guns in here. I'm not kidding. Oh yeah, and Hades. Let's see if I can show Hades. Hades is weird. Oh yeah, and trying to think, what's her name? She's the god of the moon. Armies. Yeah, armies. Yeah, for some reason she's got like this chalk bluish skin. Oh, and this is Strife right here. That's Strife. She also appeared in Superman Wonder Woman. She's got lightish purple skin. Yeah. For some reason, some of these Cliff Chang thought it was a good idea for these gods to depict in different colors. Oh, and Hermes has got light blue skin. No explanation for that either. And this is supposed to be Linux right here. This guy right here. Yeah. Guess who he's related to? Because in pre-Flashpoint, Zeus was a father of a different character, not Wonder Woman. In this continuity, Linux, and was confirmed recently in the pages of Teen Titans, that Linux is the father of Cassandra Sandmark, aka Wonder Girl. Yep, and according to what I've heard, from what I remember reading it, she's named after Linux's sister Cassandra. I have a sister named Cassandra as well. Anybody who knows me personally knows that I have a sister named Cassandra, which some people also call her Cassie as well. So I can kind of sympathize with that. But yeah, I can sympathize having a sister with the same name. Okay, that's something else. But yeah, that's how it's normal. That's how it's recently depicted right now. And one thing I do like though about one particular Greek god, Hera is fully clothed. Yep. Oh, and also she gets banished from Olympus and she's made mortal. Yeah, that's really the whole point of this. I mean, yeah, there's the controversial thing with the Amazons, but it's okay. It's a pretty decent book to read. I give this book an 8 out of 10. I'll take the whole point off is because of the whole thing with the Amazons. Next up is Iron, which is simply like, when you read it, it's like Hera and trying to think. What's this other woman's name? Let's see here. Let's see here. I don't remember her name. She's the mother. Zola, I think her name is. Yeah, Zola. She's the mother of the one of Zeus's new children. Oh, and one thing they do in here, I thought this was, and they put issue 0 first. They reveal in issue 0 that Ares trained Wonder Woman as a child to fight. Okay, and Ares is an old man in here. Now, she does not become the God of War in here. She does that next trade. But, yeah, and also in this book, one thing I can praise the artwork for in this one, it feels like classic style artwork. Yeah, this looks very classic, especially that Wonder Woman outfit Wonder was wearing. But, yeah. And, oh yeah, there's a shot here of Firstborn. Let's see here. Oh, good, they do censor his groin. This guy is freaking huge. Yes, Firstborn is huge. He looks like he's 7 feet tall. Yeah. And there's people who work with him. There's also a goddess who works with him as well. Probably one of his sisters. It might be, well, they also have, Heracles, I think his name is. He's the one who built Tartarus, and he's the one who builds the Greek weapons. Yeah, he's in here as well. And for some reason now, and in case you're wondering, this guy is Orion. One thing I can praise Cliff Chang for doing is that he keeps the classic Jack Kirby style of his outfit. It feels very classic. Heck, I'm glad the fact they didn't change his helmet. Yeah, his helmet does not receive any change, which I do praise him for doing that. Heck, they even allow him to keep his space cycle. Good job, Cliff Chang and Brian Azzarello, for allowing him to keep that. I mean, as a fan of Jack Kirby's work, this does make me happy. Now, why he's here? Because of Zola's baby Zenki. That's really the only reason why. And while Wonder Woman's going different part of the country, you have Zola and Hera going to a bar in here. Yep, they go to a bar. And they actually treat each other quite nicely, despite the fact Hera doesn't like her very much, mainly due to the fact that she slept with Zeus. Now, Zeus is noteworthy for depicted very much in mythology as a guy who's frequently cheated on Hera a lot over the years, so he basically has sired many bastard children, several of whom become Greek gods themselves, like Ares. Ares, there are some that are bastard children, but not all of them. Hercules is the most noteworthy one. Him and Perseus. But the thing about Zenki is that he is half god, half mortal. And it's quite nice to see Ares get along with his mother, Hera. Now, here's the odd thing, though. Ares is never referred to by Ares this entire book. He's always referred to as War. I'm like, why? Why can't you call him Ares? It's freaking Ares, the god of war. Why is he frequently called War? I don't have any idea. Also, they give him a beard in here as well for some strange reason. I don't know why either. But this one doesn't have any controversial moments in here. I think they also in here, not only you have the first appearance of Orion in this trade, first full appearance of him, but you also have a first full appearance of, let's see if I can find him in here. Let's see here. I think its Highfather also appears in here as well. Let's see here. They don't really show him that well in here. He's like in shadow most of the time, but technically this book can be counted as his first official appearance in this continuity. So you can definitely thank Brian Azzarello and Cliff Chang for bringing in Orion and Highfather. And they're written to be perfectly fine. And apparently they're sent to, Orion sent to Earth because some baby is going to destroy the world. Now, everything here is done really nicely. Now, Ares does save Zeke after he's briefly kidnapped, and this ends quite nicely. I do praise him for that. And it's not as having a controversial moment like this one did. This one doesn't have any controversial moments. It's like relaxing from the stuff that happened in the previous book. Yeah, it's a bit of a relaxing book to read, but still really, really nicely. I give this book a 9 out of 10. I know some people don't like this run, but I personally didn't have a really big problem with it. It was pretty decent to read. Alright, that's it for this episode. Stay tuned for the next episode, which should be episode 282 and Doubleshot 213. Till then, see you there. Bye.